Hello, everyone. Today, we're going to demo the Python and data frames capability within Rivery. In order to utilize Python in the platform, you have to go to create a logic river. Within a logic river, you have a series of different steps that you can take in order to build out your data transformation processes. The steps that we're going to focus on are the SQL query steps and the Python steps. What we're going to do first is to create a data frame. We go up here and we would create a data frame called hello world. This has already been created, but if I wanted to create it again, I would go to add a data frame. And I can then specify whether or not I want to use a custom landing zone. What this is a location within an S3 bucket that is owned by you, where the data frame and its metadata will be stored during the data transformation and migration process. For now, we're going to use the default, so we're not going to use a custom landing zone, but for now, the data frame will live within the default area within Rivery. First thing we're going to do is we're going to query our data warehouse, Snowflake in this case, and we're going to extract a simple table called hello world. So we're just going to write our query. We can also preview the result of this query by hitting run. I've already previewed this here, and we see we get a simple data frame with 5 records, 3 columns, ID, text, and active. And what we're going to do is we are going to write a Python script that modifies this data frame. So we're going to first change our step type to Python. And here we can see that we have a place to write our Python code in line. We can import a Python file. We can download the Python script. We can set the resource size depending on the amount of resources this Python script might use. And we can even install additional packages. These ones are the packages that come with every Python virtual environment by default. So here, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to import our data frame into our virtual environment. So the syntax for this is from Rivery data frames import hello world. Awesome. What do we do from there? Well, now we get to write our Python code that modifies this data frame in some way. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to print out the data frame. Any print statements that are written within Python scripts will automatically be printed to the logs of this Python script. You can download the logs by going to the activities within a river and clicking on the Python step and then clicking download log. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add an additional row to this data frame. So the syntax for this is hello world dot loc. So now what we've done in this line of code is we have added another row to this data frame, taking on these values: 6, hello world, exclamation point, and true. The last step is to save our modified data frame back to the Rivery environment. This is accomplished with a simple save statement. Save. So now any modifications that have been made to this data frame within this Python script will be saved back to our environment. Now that this data frame has been saved to the environment, we now want to push this data frame back to Snowflake, this modified data frame, into its own Snowflake table. So in order to do this, we select our Snowflake connection. And instead of SQL query or SQL script, we go to data frame. And then we select the data frame that we modified. And now we load this to a table. Put this into solutions, testing. And we're going to set the loading mode to overwrite. Once I click execute, what will happen is the data frame will extract out of here into our target, which we will set as a data frame. Then that data frame will be loaded into our Python script, modified, and then loaded back into our data warehouse as a table. So I've already gone ahead and executed this river here, and I'll pull up Snowflake to show you the result of our query. So we loaded into a table called solutions.testing.helloworld2, and now our new entry is present within the table with the value that we set. Thank you all very much.